Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Penguin Academy news update. Although this doesn't really count as news, there's a new Warhammer community article to go with the Bretonian one from yesterday about the Tomb Kings, and it gives us next to no information, as you'll find out. A little bit of fluff at the top, nice picture of the team. The team does look real nice. The Tomb Guardians themselves are a little small, but kind of expected, as you know, if they were that much bigger, they wouldn't fit on a sprue with the rest of the team. So we'll just have to put up with that. There is there is some weird fluff here that is presented as if Jay, the lead rules game designer, whatever, the person in charge of Blood Bowl, is supposedly telling you this, which makes no sense. I think that the smaller is better. Being massive makes no real sense when from a physical viewpoint of moving players around the board and laying them down and stuff. And they're not running like the undead mummies, which makes no sense. They're just standing around looking scary. They do accidentally call them mummies here. I mean, technically they're mummies, but you know, it's a bit weird when one of the other ones are called mummies. Our resident Blood Bowl superfan, Joel, anyone know who that is? Lit his torch and led us into the pyramids to check out some extremely dusty tablets inscribed with tactics and team information so we can provide you with a guide for the Tomb King positionals. Now, fair warning, they probably shouldn't have named him because I know what it says next, and if it's Joel's fault, then he's going to be made fun of. Skeleton linemen are the bread and butter of a Tomb King's team. They're cheap at only 40k gold and a fairly sturdy bunch. Thick skull stops them getting sent back to the tomb, and regen can prevent any long-term injuries. So they're basically identical, haven't changed at all. Your throwers do what you'd expect and will scramble to pick up and throw the ball, hopefully not with an arm still attached. Sure. They have 6 movement, 3+ passing ability, and 9+ armor, which I believe is an improvement. I think they were skeletons before, weren't they? So that is a buff to the throwers. Sure Hands gives them a reroll so that even these creaky corpses can pick up the ball reliably without the use of the new secure the ball action. Helping the this is the next bit that we should make fun of Joel for. Helping them get those crucial start of drive passes. Absolutely crucial that you throw a pass to who? Who are they throwing a pass to on a Tomb King team? I was actually quietly hoping that they got Catchraz in the next edition, but they didn't. So, sure. With 9+ armor and block, blitzers are quite happy to get in there to start dishing out and receiving tackles. Sure. So it's just the same then. So the team is basically identical, but with buffs. One of the things that doesn't seem to have sunk in is that there's a sporting agreement on how many big guys. You still get 4 with strength 5 and 10+ armor. And decay hasn't changed either. Apply a +1 modifier to any casualty roll made against this player. So decay's the same. It hasn't been made worse. 4 movement. But they get Brawler, which is a massive buff, like a literal massive buff. So with the throwers getting the armor buff and the Tomb Guardians getting the Brawler buff, this is now like a solid team. It's very weird to have one of the teams in the box that was already good buffed and the other team be a bit rubbish, like the Berts are. I don't get it. That's a very mismatched pair of teams. It does, Lobel, yes. They haven't changed the price on the Linos, Uncle Hank, so they probably haven't. And if you lose a reroll, if you just start with 2 rerolls, Brawler helps you survive, right? No. And then they just they just advertise the Spike 20. What is in these, by the way? Like, I've never bought a Spike magazine. How many pages are they? It seems like there can't be much in them. So yeah, that's it. 2 small bits of information. One is the buff to the armor on the throw rars, and the other is that they haven't changed decay. That's it. Everything. That's the entire article. So yeah, that's why I'm not too excited about doing news articles. This is not news. Anyway, there we go. We'll see you in the next amazing update from Warhammer community.